Wellness salute. We back again with the Q&A. This is Stick, RBG Fit Club, Scott Shetler, Extreme Performance Training Systems. We happy to answer the next question. Coming in from Traci out of Georgia. And okay, so Traci walks 6 miles 5 to 6 days a week, and she wants to start a running program. She wants to lose some weight and tone up, and she wants to know where we train and work out. So I'll start with, the running program and what has helped me in, get in shape for different races and, the work that I do with running. What I do is I use a base and a long run program. And what a base means is, or the program itself is 1 week. Let's take 1 week. Your base is what you run every other day through the week. Your long run is what you run at the end of the week, right? So let's take a number like 1 mile. Since you have a base, you're walking 6 miles, you could run at whatever slow pace you need to, you could run 1 mile, right? Let's take that for example. So you start, let's say on Monday, you run 1 mile. You rest on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you run 1 mile. You rest on Thursday. Friday, you run 1 mile. And on Sunday, you push it to 2, right? Then the next week, starting Tuesday, you would either run 2 miles off and on and end up at 4 miles at your long run, or maybe 1.5, and end up at 3. So that's pretty much the model. At the slowest pace you need to go, speed it up when you can. You naturally develop, your endurance, and you'll enjoy it because you're not putting too much, strain on yourself. So that's basically, what I use, and I went from 0 miles to 26.2 miles for the marathon. So now, as far as her toning up and losing some weight in that process, what do you think, Scott?
Well, I mean, obviously the cardiovascular exercise is important. If she's starting a running program like that, she's going to be getting plenty of cardiovascular exercise. And I'd say also, walking 6 miles a day, 5 to 6 days a week, she's probably got a fairly good aerobic foundation as a result. But, as you start to burn, body fat through your aerobic exercise, if you're not doing anything to stimulate muscle development, you may start actually burning muscle tissue as a result. So it's really important, even if you want to focus on running, to do some strength training exercise to at least maintain and build muscle. Now, if your goal is to tone up, tone is kind of a generalized term, but essentially what people are talking about when they're talking about toning up is seeing some muscle definition. So as you're burning some body fat, in order to see muscle definition, you gotta have a little bit of muscle. All right, so we're gonna do that by strength training. So what I'd recommend doing, especially if you're not doing anything right now, is start with some basic movements, all right? Squatting movements, some upper body pressing movements, some upper body pulling movements, some abdominal and core exercise. Don't neglect the lower back. I think core is such a generic term that gets tossed around, and people just think it means the abdominals. But really, we got a lot of muscle in the abs and in the lower back that contribute to the core. In fact, I often think of the core as everything from the armpits down to the thighs. All right, so you want to make sure that you're not only training your abdominals, but you're training your obliques, you're training your lower back as well. So make sure you're doing a little bit of core exercise. Make sure you're doing some lower body work like squats, upper body pushing like bench presses or push-ups or shoulder presses, upper body pulling like rows or pull downs, or if you're strong enough, pull-ups. And then
you got a lot of those on your index too, right?
Yeah, definitely. We'll put a link down in the description section to my exercise index, and you'll be able to see a lot of these exercises. They're divided by those categories: lower body, upper body pushing, upper body pulling. We've got arm exercises, we've got core exercises, we've got joint mobility, flexibility. So you'll be able to build an entire program just out of that. But pick a lower body exercise, an upper body push, an upper body pull, a core exercise, and then there's nothing wrong with sprinkling some arm work if you just want to, some extra work on the arms to tone up. But keep it basic and just focus on proper technique.
Yeah, man, and good luck out there. Oh, and to answer your question, where do we train? We're here now.
Right here.
Right here. We're going to finish this up, and then I got to get to work. We're at Extreme Performance Training Systems, and Scott can tell you all about what it offers, where we're at.
Yeah, Extreme Performance Training Systems is my private personal training center. We're located in, my address is Norcross, Georgia. It's actually Peachtree Corners. And we're just about 2 to 3 miles north of the Perimeter Highway. right off Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. You can find me on the web at www.extreme-fitness.org is my website. So we'll put that link down in the description box, so you can hit that and you can see what the training center offers here. But like Stic said, we got a little bit of work we got to go do now. So
vegan friendly, extreme performance, RBG Fit Club. Salute.